Hey everyone, so I know it's been a long time since I did a video. I've been kind of MIA lately, but I wrote a poem last night that I want to share with you guys, specifically with any female who's watching this right now. So the name of this poem is Reclaiming Women's True Identity, and in a way, yeah, a lot of it does relate to me, but I think it can relate to a lot of females too. So it's a little bit long, but take a listen and hopefully it'll mean something to you. So here goes. Today I take a stand. I take an oath, I make a promise to be the best woman that I can, dignified, untainted, and honest. I will be what God defines me as, instead of a product of my past. So I hold fast to what God says about me, forgetting what the world thinks I should be. See, God already predetermined what I would be. So I take a stand for every girl, for every woman feeling misunderstood. See, it's time that we finally become free. Free from every person who stole time from our dreams. Free from every person who took advantage of our personalities and mistook our sweetness for weakness. Free from every person who told us we wouldn't amount to anything. Free from every person who took a piece of us and never gave it back. Free from every label that was given to us, making us feel that somehow we lacked purity or the chance to be forgiven by a God who's too holy to be associated with our mess. But guess what? Today that all comes to an end. Today is the day to reclaim ourselves and become whole again. Today is a day for redemption and to allow God to cleanse, to heal our wounds and begin to mend every emotional ache, every heartbreak. It's time to let God erase our past mistakes, take away the yoke of our pain, remove the burden of the guilt that we carry every day. It's time to finally let Him in and let Him have His way. It's time to reclaim all the respect and dignity that the world tried to strip away. It's time to take back our bodies from those who with sweet words stole our crowns and put us to shame. It's time to regain our purity, to become women with purpose, ready to raise our standards, our priority. It's time we put God first and with our lives glorify His name. It's time we realize that we are capable of change, that we are not forever cursed, that we've been immersed in His mercy, and His love has the power to reverse all our mistakes and all our past failures. See, only He can quench our thirst. Only He can fill that emptiness, that lack of love that brought us to our worst. Our identities have been dispersed among all those who nursed our weaknesses when we were hurt. When we thought no one would love us, they coerced us with their words. But it's time we let our Father remind us of who we really were. And so I'm reclaiming my body. I'm reclaiming myself. Because I refuse to look at myself through the eyes of someone else. Through the eyes of a man who can't seem to understand that God's purpose and plan for me wasn't to wait on man's foot and hand. It wasn't to be the one-night stand. It wasn't to be an object that he could drop and pick back up at his demand. But in fact, God's plan was so grand, His love so immense, His thought process so intricate and intense, that He saw it wasn't good for man to be alone, and hence, from his rib, He extracted the best friend, the suitable helper, the bone of his bone, the flesh of his flesh, the one on whom he could depend, both remaining faithful to the end. See, women, we weren't made to be ashamed. We weren't made to be depressed. We were made to be one, carrying out God's purpose, and we can't afford to waste time with anyone who will deter it. So know that when bad relationships fail, it's because God only wants what's best. Our hearts He yearns to protect. He will not abandon us in our mess. See, that's not in His best interest. We are His loved daughters. Our daddy we must represent. He loves us more than we can imagine. His love in us He must perfect. We deserve to be loved, protected, and cherished. It was never His intention for us to have to deal with heartache, disillusion, and disparage. His intention was for man and woman to become one in marriage, to fulfill His purpose in our inheritance. So we no longer have to live in the shadow of our past. We are new creations, worth much more than precious stones. So we must protect our bodies. Our temple is our home, dwelling place of the Holy Ghost. It's time we place our crowns of dignity back on our heads and reclaim our access to the throne. It's time we start behaving like the queens we were meant to be and make our values known. We weren't made to be disowned. We weren't made to cry tears. We weren't made to feel alone, having a self-esteem that is low. We deserve better. We can be better. God needs us to raise our standards and make it well known that we are daughters of the Most High and we won't accept anything below. So ladies, take care of your hearts, guard your bodies and your souls, and cherish the words that God in your spirit has sown. For though you were taken from man's bone, it's God's spirit that your temple holds. So treat yourselves with respect and always know that the God who is with you will never ever leave you alone. So that's the poem, and I hope that it reached out to someone, and hopefully you guys can relate to it. I have a feeling that a lot of you can. But reclaim your bodies, reclaim yourself. It's time that we hold ourselves to new standards. Can't let the world define us. We need to let God define us. With that being said, this is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.